What's all this? Spring cleaning? You never cleaned out a closet in your life.
Well, I can't decide what to take and what to just store.
Well, maybe if you tell me where you're going, I can offer some sage advice.
I'm moving.
Why? I mean, this is a great apartment. There's lots of space. It's rent-free. You and Rob decide you want a place of your own?
Dad, I've decided to move to Mendorra. Max. Hi.
Oh, hi, Melinda.
Oh, honey. How's the trip?
Sad, but I know I made the right decision taking Steve back home.
Yeah. How's Brenda?
She's tired, but she's doing all right.
And you?
Well,
Oh, I know. Sometimes it takes a long time to get over things like this, but work helps.
no, work is not going to help make me forget the woman that killed my brother. Only one thing's going to help. That's finding Ursula Blackwell and getting my hands around her throat.
So, what do you think? Does it suit me? I mean, I know Lady Joanna had exquisite taste, but I'm not sure if black is really my color.
You've kept us locked up down here for hours, and you're upstairs having a fashion show?
Well, actually, I was very hard at work studying the plans for this bomb shelter. You know, it's an amazing structure.
Why are you keeping us here?
Well, I should think that would be obvious by now. I mean, this is the safest place in the house. And it holds such memories for the Buchanans since Beau and his wife and Delilah spent so many months down here.
How do you know about that?
Well, there was quite a lot in the newspapers, and of course, I was privileged to overhear Beau's first-hand account as he told it to Sarah earlier. He took such pride and pleasure in relating how he trapped my dear Patrick. Well, as the Bible says, let not them that are my enemies wrongfully rejoice over me.
Look, Ursula, what Patrick did to Beau and Dee Dee and Delilah was very wrong. What you are doing to us, keeping us here against our will, that is also wrong.
Don't you preach to me, Victoria Buchanan. I know the difference between right and wrong, and I know exactly what Patrick would have had me do.
Patrick would have wanted you to let us go.
That just goes to show how little you know about Patrick.
I know that Patrick was a doctor. He cared about human life.
Yes, before you, Buchanan's ruined his life. Well, now you'll get a chance to see how it feels. Actually, you and Sarah should count yourselves lucky. The terrible trio spent months down here in this bomb shelter. However, you will only have to wait a few hours before you learn your fate.
Friends, you're lucky Gabrielle didn't try to wipe you out, too.
You got that right. But Michael Grand is a smart enough businessman to know that stars can help his hotel. And keeping me there is cheaper than redoing the place and opening it under another name.
Yeah, you don't have to answer to the Dragon Lady, I hope.
No, I made sure of that right up front. Now the problem I'm facing is opening stars again with a big bang. Something real special that's going to bring a lot of folks into the place.
So you need a big-name act for your opening? I could give you some names of some of my contacts in the music business.
I know who I want. I just don't know how to talk her into it. I figured you could help me.
Her? You know, if you want Becky Lee Abbott, she's got commitments for the next year, Rob.
No, I was thinking of Delilah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I know that she's retired, but there's got to be some way we can coax her back.
I know, but she has been through so much this year. She's been through hell. Plus, she's determined to go on with this lawsuit against Gabrielle. That's going to take a lot of time, a lot of energy. I'm sorry, I think you might be spinning your wheels there, buddy.
I'm not talking about a long gig, just a couple of weeks to kick things off. Now, if you could talk to her and get her thinking about it, then maybe I can convince her to do it. Now, I'd ask Rafe, but he's got a lot on his mind with the Ursula Blackwell case.
Yeah, well, I'll get the ball rolling, but you ought to line somebody else up, just in case.
Right. Thanks,
All right, no problem.
Oh, do Tina and Cord know about the bombing yet?
No, not yet. Vicky decided to wait until after their honeymoon to drop that on.
Oh, man, what a way to remember your wedding day.
Pretty grim.
Well, Cassie and I are going to hold off, I think, for a little while, let things cool down before we get married.
Really? I saw you sitting on opposite sides of the church. I had a feeling that the whole thing was just over.
Well, Cassie did call it off, but we love each other, and I'm not going to give up.
Good for you. Yeah, I think that life is too short, It's too unpredictable. And if you've got a love that's strong and strong enough to fight for, you go for it. right? And if you need any help, I'll help you out.
All right, thanks. Well, I've got a plan in the works for tonight. I'm just hoping it pays off.
Yeah, well, good luck.
Thanks.
Is your mother in some kind of hot water?
No, Mom's fine. Actually, she's happier than I've seen her in a long time. In fact, I'm hoping some of her happiness will rub off on me. Dad, I really have to get this finished.
We can't talk with you jamming clothes into trunks and suitcases. Come on.
Dad, there's nothing to talk about.
How about you and Rob?
Rob's going his way and I'm going mine. You knew we'd split up.
Yeah, but I was kind of hoping you'd think it over.
I have thought it over. I've thought it over night and day, and Rob and I... Dad, it's not going to work.
Yeah. You have to leave town?
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, I've been thinking about spending more time with Mom since my last visit to Mendorra.
Oh, you never mentioned that.
Well, I was toying with the idea in my mind. I didn't want to say anything to you until I'd made a decision.
See, a week or two I could understand, but a permanent move? I mean, honey, all your friends are here, your work, your old man.
Dad, you know how much I'm going to miss you. I am. But I really have to get out of Landview.
Well, that's fine. So you spend Christmas with Dory and you tour around Europe, you have a good time, then you come home.
No, it's not the same. Everywhere I go here, everyone I see, someone is bound to remind me of Rob, and then I will be even more miserable.
You still love him?
Of course I do.
Then marry the guy.
Dad, it's impossible.
Impossible never stopped you before.
The point is, I do not want to be in a relationship that is based on lies, and that's the bottom line here.
Sweetheart.
Dad, I don't trust him.
Sweetheart, he didn't want to lie to you about working undercover. He did it to protect you.
That's what he told me when he married Joanna, that he did it to protect me. I don't need protection. I don't want to doubt him. I don't want to be suspicious of him. I don't want to worry of whether or not he's in love with me. I can't handle the nightmare anymore.
Look, Joanna's back in England now. She's out of your life for good.
All right, what about all Rob's father's associates? Suppose someone comes back and blackmails him into doing something
I really
else.
don't think that's going to happen.
That's the point. We'll never know if it's going to happen or not. Rob's past will always be there to haunt him.
Well, maybe if you make it clear to him how you feel, you know.
I have made it clear. Dad, I have made everything very clear, especially how I feel about Joanna. And he always promises me that he will never lie to me again. But he did. He went and he worked for the NSB or whatever while I was in Europe worrying whether or not he was working for the mob.
What he did took a hell of a lot of courage.
I'm not objecting to what he did. I'm objecting to the fact that he didn't tell me about it.
Yes, well, maybe he's learned his lesson by now.
He hasn't, Dad. He won't change. He can't. And I can't deal with a relationship that's based on lies. So I'm leaving. It's the only way that I can get on with my life. I just wish this didn't hurt so much.
Ursula, please let Viki go. I'm the one that you wanted to trap here. There's no reason to keep Viki here, please. She has little children at home that need her.
Well, I wanted children. I wanted Patrick's children. I would have loved them and nurtured them. I was even willing to take care of Patrick and Tina's baby and raise it as my own. But she was so hateful and mean to that baby. She hated him and she wanted to destroy him.
That can't be true. Tina loves children.
Not Patrick's child. I had all sorts of wonderful plans for his future, but she was so selfish she couldn't think about anybody but herself. She betrayed Patrick's memory, and she killed my father. She took the lives of the two people who really mattered to me in the world after Patrick died.
Ursula, you're the one who pushed Tina out of the lighthouse window.
Well, I suppose she told you that, but it isn't true.
No, Cord and Rafe were there. They saw it.
It was Tina's fault, just like Patrick's death was your boyfriend's fault.
Bo is not my boyfriend. We're just very good friends. Why can't you get that through your head?
Are you telling me that I am crazy? Is that what you're doing?
No, nobody's saying you're crazy. Put the gun down. Nobody is saying you're crazy. Nobody. Put it down. She's trying to explain to you what her relationship with Bo is. That's all. Look, we are all very, very upset. And when people get upset, There generally come misunderstandings, all right? That's all this is, a misunderstanding. Ursula, I know how much pain you must have been in when you lost Patrick and your father.
You don't know how I feel.
I do know. I think I do. I lost my first husband. He died. And my father died. And it was a terrible, terrible loss because I loved them so deeply and I depended on them. And the despair is so overwhelming. But somehow you do manage to get through the first day, and then the next day, and then the next.
But it's been months now. I still feel so empty.
And the happy memories, they don't really comfort you very much now, do they?
I can't even remember any.
Ursula, that's not going to last forever, you know. I promise you the pain does fade. It takes time. But eventually, you'll realize that in a sense, there is no death. Because Patrick and your father will always be with you. Always. You see, you have to let the legacy of their love give you strength now. You must be strong. You cannot fill the emptiness by hurting people. You don't have to be alone in this either. There are so many people who could help you. I can help you, Ursula. I can help you. I want to help you. But you must let us go.
Max, look, I understand how you feel about Ursula Blackwell, but, well, that's not your job.
I'm not giving up until she's captured.
Well, the police are going to find her. Just give them a chance. And they want her as much as you do.
I doubt that.
Oh, come on. Of course they do. They don't want to see someone get murdered.
I guess not.
Well, just forget about Ursula and come back to work with me.
Linda, you're going to have to handle WVLE on your own.
Come on, Max. We're partners. I hate making decisions by myself. Besides, you want to know something? Some of those advertisers are taking advantage of me just because I'm a woman, I think.
Dorian was able to handle that station for years alone.
Yeah, well, Dorian's Dorian. I need your help. Let's discuss it over dinner, okay? I'll buy. I'll cook. Come on, I'll do anything,
Linda,
please.
I'm in no shape to give you any sort of business advice. I'll just mess up.
No, you won't. You won't. Not if you forget about Ursula Blackwell and just concentrate on making us wealthy.
I can't. Not as long as I know she's in Landview.
Look, I know she's here. The newsroom has a pipeline to the police station. So we'll be able to get any information on what's going on.
I've got my own pipeline. Rafe. I talked to him when I was in Texas, and he's pretty sure that Ursula has found a safe hiding place here. And she's just waiting till Tina and Cord get back from their honeymoon before she makes her move.
Well, Tina and Cord aren't going to get back for another week. So why don't you just get your life together and come back to work with me, and then they'll find Ursula.
No, I'm going to find her before someone else gets hurt.
What are you going to do, knock on every door in town?
If that's what it takes, yes. I owe it to Steve. I let him down once, and I can't do that again.
You can trust me, Ursula. You can. Take my hand and let me help you.
I can't trust you. You're just like the doctors and nurses at Mountain View. They told me they wanted to help me, too. Only then I found out they were tricking me. They just wanted me to get well so that they could ship me off to Statesville for the rest of my life. That's just what you want to do to me, too.
No, that is not what I want to do to you.
You are protecting your sister. You're just like her. You don't care about me at all.
That's not true, Ursula.
You think that just because you're rich, I'll believe anything you say? Well, I am smart, lady, and I can spot a fake a mile away.
No, my sympathy for you is so genuine.
Shut up! You, sit down on the couch. Sit down! I figured that being a newspaper woman, I would find a pad and pen in your handbag. I'm so happy you didn't disappoint me. Here. Now, you're going to write a note to your boyfriend.
I told you he is not.
You sit down, Ursula. Shut up! Now, you are going to write exactly what I tell you to write, and I don't want you pulling any tricks.
And what if I don't play by your rules? Then
Well, I'll gladly kill your friend here. Are you ready?
Does Rob know you're going to live with Dorian?
No, not yet. I'm going to write him a note.
I think he should hear it from you. If you're really planning to go through this thing, you owe it to yourself to end it once and for all.
This is my way of ending it. Now, if you don't like the way I'm dealing with this, I'm sorry. But right now, I really feel like I'm doing what's best.
Cassie, suppose Rob decided to just pick up and leave town. How'd you feel about that?
If I went to Rob and I told him that I was leaving, he would ask me to stay, and that is a scene that I just cannot handle right now. By my leaving, I'm proving to him once and for all that it's over and we can both get on with our lives. My biggest regret is leaving you. I'm gonna miss you so much. But I'll write to you, and I'll call you, and hopefully you can put aside a couple of weeks and come visit me and Mom in Europe. I'm sorry, Dad. This is really the only way.
Sorry I'm late. Thanks for meeting me.
That's okay. What'd you want to see me about?
Cassie, I have to get her back. Now, don't tell me to give it up because I can't. We love each other and we belong together. No, after what happened to Steve, I don't want to waste any more time apart. Now, if I can just convince Cassie to give us another chance, I know we can work it out.
Robbie, you know I'm pulling for you.
Yeah, that's why I called you.
Well, if you want me to talk to her, I've already tried that.
No, talking won't help. I know that. But I've come up with a plan that I think will do the trick. But I need your help. Can I count on you?
Just tell me what you want me to do and consider it done.
Hey, Max.
Hey, Bo. Is Asa around?
No, I just got a call from him, from his office. He's about to leave, so he should be barreling in here any minute. Why don't you come on in, wait for him?
Thanks. I just wanted to come by and thank him for letting me borrow his jet to take Steve back to Texas.
Well, he was happy to help out. Here, sit down, please.
All right.
You know, I know you and Ace have had your differences in the past, but at a time like this, I think it's good that everybody can pull together.
Well, I gotta admit, I was kind of surprised with his turnaround. A few weeks back, he threw me out on my ear when I tried to sell him a few shares of WVLE.
No kidding.
Yeah. I needed some cash for the Holden Towers, and he turned me down flat. He said it was all or nothing, and I knew Melinda was not interested in selling her interest.
No, of course not.
You know, Bo, I'm still open to sell.
Why?
Well, keep this under your hat, but I'm thinking about leaving Landview for a while. And if I do, I don't have the station hanging on me, so I heard about you. Thought you might be the man since you were in show business.
Well, yeah, I was executive producer on a movie. I mean, I was a guy that put the money up, and I produced records.
Sounds good to me. Sounds like you're just the man, and I don't think you would oust Melinda. So what do you say? You interested in taking over my shares?
Max, you know, you've been through a lot right now. I don't think you ought to be making any hasty decisions, not at this time. You got to reconsider this move before you start selling off all your assets.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know anymore.
I mean, I know what you're going through. And all these cliches you hear, like time heals all wounds, that stuff doesn't mean anything. When Dee Dee got killed, the only thing I could think about was nailing Elizabeth Sanders.
Only thing I can think about is nailing Ursula Blackwell.
Have you talked to Rafe about the case?
Yeah, a couple of times, but I think he's holding out on me.
Well, I think he's pretty close to catching her.
Well, if he is, I want to be in on the hunt.
You know, Rafe's got a real thing about the cops doing their job. He doesn't want any outside interference.
Yeah, and I got a real thing about finding the woman that killed my brother. Bo, look, I know that you and Rafe are kin, and I hate to put you on the spot, but if you happen to get any inside information on the investigation, I would really appreciate your sharing that with me.
Well, I'll tell you everything that Rafe's told me. And if you need any help catching this woman, I'll help you out with that, too.
There you go.
I'm sorry, I can't stop shaking.
Well, it's kind of cool in here.
No, I'm not cold. I'm terrified.
I know, honey. When Ursula comes back, I'll try and reason with her.
No, you can't reason with her. She's crazy. I don't know how I ever fell for that woman's act on the phone. I mean, my God, how stupid.
Sarah, please, don't blame yourself, all right? It was not your fault. She's a very clever woman. I mean, if she'd called me and said she was a real estate broker, I would have believed her. I keep thinking there has to be a way out of here. There has to. Of course, Bo and Dee Dee and Delilah spent months in here thinking the same thing, and they didn't get out, did they?
I do not know how they kept their sanity in this place.
I don't think it was very easy. Bo said he still has nightmares.
I mean, I just can't help it. I feel all of these walls just closing in around me.
Sarah, take it easy, all right?
I'm terrified, Viki.
I know you're terrified, honey. So am I. But we cannot let Ursula see that. If she senses it, then there's no way on earth that we will ever get out of here.
What way on earth are we going to get out of here now?
All right, okay, listen to me. We have to be reasonable about this, all right? I've been gone from the Banner all afternoon. Someone, sometime, is going to figure that out and is going to start getting worried about me and is going to come and look for me. And when I don't show up at home for dinner, Clint is going to call out the National Guard.
Oh, great. Well, he could call the Navy and the Marines. They'd never think to look for us at Stonecrest.
Sarah, your father knows we came here.
You're right. You're right, he does.
Yes, of course he does. And he's going to want to know whether or not you made a deal. So when he can't reach you, he's going to call the real estate broker.
Right, and when he does, they're going to think that he's totally nuts.
That's right. They are. And your father will figure out that something is wrong, and then he'll do something about it. I mean, he might be out looking for us right now.
I hope you're right, because I think he's our only chance. Oh, my God, Viki. It's Bo. Bo's gonna get that note. He's gonna come tearing over here, and he's gonna race right into Ursula's trap. She's gonna kill him.
Yeah, come on in. I'll get you some money.
You live here all by yourself?
Uh-huh.
It's a pretty big place for just one person.
Suits me fine.
You should come into the restaurant sometime. It's very nice.
Yeah, well, I have so much to do here. There you go. Keep
Thanks.
the change, uh-huh.
Call again anytime.
Okay. Would you be interested in doing a favor for me?
For a generous lady like you, you name it, you've got it.
Well, I have a note I'd like you to deliver.
Ma'am, this is
The message is of vital importance, and it must be delivered as quickly as possible.
Okay, I'm your man.
All right. This is the address. Now, you give that to Bo Buchanan. Don't let anyone else take it.
Suppose he's not there.
Well, then find out where he is and give it to him. I should think that for $100, you could do that, couldn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, and one other thing. Don't tell him who gave you the note. It would spoil everything. Just hand it to him and then leave. Do you understand?
I read you loud and clear.
Good. Patrick's soul is counting on you. And it won't find peace until all of his enemies get their just rewards.
Cassie, what in the world's going on here?
Look, Auntie, if you want to move back in, I'm sure Mom would be happy about it.
Where do you think you're moving?
Mendorra.
Oh, come on. With Dorian, you're out of your mind.
Well, thank you, Auntie. I knew I could count on you for some support.
Why are you running away?
I am not running away. I'm leaving Rob and all his lies behind me so I can get my life together.
Yeah, well, I give it 2 weeks. Either Dorian will have you deported or you'll wring her neck.
Mom and I will get along just fine.
What about Rob? I happen to know he still loves you. And you love him, and you know it.
We're through.
Oh, come on, Cassie.
Auntie, look, I am not in the mood for a lecture from you, all right? Nothing you can say is going to change my mind. So you can just give me a big hug and a kiss goodbye, or you can help me pack.
When are you leaving?
I don't know yet. I guess when I finish packing and get everything organized.
Weren't you even going to say goodbye to me?
Of course I was going to say goodbye to you. You're my favorite aunt. You're my only aunt. I'm sorry we spent so much time being angry at each other.
Me too. If it wasn't for you, I'd never been able to start a new life here. I wanted to pay you back.
Don't worry about it. And don't worry about me. I'll be very happy in Mendorra.
Well, since you're going, I think that we should have a farewell dinner or something. I know just the place.
How about just a little gift, like luggage tag?
Come on, you have to eat, and this is more for me than it is for you.
Okay. But let's order in.
No, we're going to the Poconos. So get on something semi-fancy and let's hit the road.
The Poconos?
Yes, WVLE is running this special on different kinds of places to go to for New Year's weekend. And this, honeymoon resort in the Poconos made me an offer to go have a free dinner and a tour of the place. So why don't you come with me and we'll have some laughs.
Look, if this was Barry's Bar Grill or anywhere else in town, I think I'd be okay. But a honeymoon suite, I think it would really send me over the edge.
So the police are making a door-to-door search?
Yeah, and they've got checkpoints on all the roads leaving town. They've got men at the bus station, the train stations, the airport. I think they've got this place pretty well covered.
You got any idea where they're concentrating their search? Which neighborhoods?
No, Asa would know that. He's been in on the investigation from the very start. He can tell you more than I can.
Well, why is Asa involved?
He feels responsible for Steve's death in a way, because it happened at his wedding.
Well, that's crazy. He had nothing to do with it. The police are ones that missed Ursula.
No, I know, but you know how Ace is. Once he gets his mind set on something, there's no shaking.
Excuse me. The butler said I'd find Bo Buchanan in here.
Yes, I'm Buchanan.
Message for you.
Who's it from?
I guess you better read it and find out.
It's from Sarah. I'm at Stonecrest. I've discovered something very important that you should know about Dee Dee. Please meet me there as soon as possible, Sarah.
What is Sarah doing at Stonecrest?
Her dad's thinking about buying the place for EnviroCare.
Well, what could she find out about Dee Dee?
I don't know, but I'm going to check this out. Listen, feel free to stay here.
Thanks.
Ace will be back. He can discuss the investigation.
Don't worry, I'll get it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks. 20.
I thought it'd be worth more than $20.
Seems like a pretty good tip to me.
I've gotten better.
What messenger service are you with?
I'm no messenger. I work for a restaurant. I delivered the note as a favor to the lady. She showed her appreciation with a C note. I figured the money the Buchanans have, I'd do a little better than a 20.
Sarah, wait a minute. Sarah gave you $100 to deliver that message to Bo?
Yeah, she said it was of vital importance.
Just how would you describe the lady that gave you that note?
What's this? Oh, my. Hey, 18-karat gold. Well, that's good. I can hawk that if need be. But, oh, yeah. Boy, does she carry this much cash around with her all the time, or is this just for Christmas presents? Well, doesn't really matter now. Your shopping days are over, girly girl. What about this? Pictures, kids. Who's this? That must be her husband. Oh, no, I know who that is. I saw him at Landfair. That's Beau's father. He got married just along with Tina and Cord. Well, speak of the devil, there she is. All these people who love you, Viki, it isn't fair. There's nobody here who loves me because Tina and Beau took them away from me. Oh, my dear Patrick, I hear your voice calling from the grave, telling me what to do. I will do what you ask. Viki will die first. And Beau's lover, Sarah, will be next. Then Beau. And last but not least, Tina.
Look, this place is not just for honeymooners, it's also for family. And since we're family, we're not going to see each other for a long, long time. We can go and have something to remember each other by and a few laughs, you know.
Auntie, I'm really in a lousy mood, and I don't want to ruin a good time for you.
You know, I seem to remember the last time we had this conversation was the first time I came to Landview, only you were the one trying to cheer me up, and I was the one resisting.
Well, I'm sorry for badgering you. I can see now that was not
No, it wasn't the wrong thing to do because it made me want to try new experiences. Cassie, come on. You are too young and too beautiful just to let life pass you by. Besides, I'd be too embarrassed to walk in there alone.
Bring a camera crew with you.
What if I don't like the place and I've wasted all this money on the camera and the crew? Please, please come with me. If you don't think it's absolutely wonderful, then I'll buy you a set of luggage tags and send you to Mendorra.
Is there any way I can get you out of here without calling the police?
No, you're stuck. You'll have to do it. Here. This dress is absolutely perfect. Put it on. Come on, we have a date at the honeymoon hotel.
I don't want a date at the honeymoon hotel.
Is it working?
No, it's a deadbolt lock. I wish I could just get away from there.
Now!
We thought we heard someone out in the corridor.
There are scratches on this. You tried to pry it open.
No, really.
You set off the alarm. You know, Lord Henry bought this estate to house prisoners in, and he went to great expense to ensure the security of this bomb shelter, including an internal alarm system, which you triggered when you tampered with that lock. Now, what did you use?
This. We were using this. You know, Ursula, it's really amazing, everything you've learned about the security systems here. How did you manage to learn so much?
Well, Sarah, Ursula's a very bright woman. I'm sure that's one of the many things that attracted Patrick to her in the first place. I mean, obviously he was attracted by her great beauty, but I know he was a man who appreciated a brilliant mind. Isn't that true?
If we had had children, each one of them would have been a genius.
Oh, I'm sure they would have been. How did you meet Patrick?
You met when you were working at the Lanyard Clinic in California, isn't that right?
Yes?
I bet he fell in love with you the minute he met you, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He was the most handsome man I'd ever seen. I still can't imagine how he could willingly give up that beautiful face and body to become a clone of Beau Buchanan.
Oh, come on, he was a man of science. He believed very deeply in the surgery, the laser surgery that was perfected by his friend in Switzerland. And so he gave up his extreme good looks for the good of mankind.
And he wanted revenge on the Buchanans. Cord took away his freedom.
Ursula, Patrick was arrested because he tried to kill Cord and Kate Sanders.
They didn't deserve to live.
I've got a knife in your back, Ursula. You give that gun to Sarah, and I won't hurt you.
Another trick! I knew I couldn't trust you!
Give the gun to Sarah now.
Put down that knife. Drop it or you're dead. So nice. Kick it over there. You and your little friend have caused a great deal of difficulty here this afternoon. You keep it up, and you'll both be dead by nightfall.
Are you all right, Sarah?
She might as well just shot me. No. We're both gonna be dead anyway, and so is Bo.
No, we're not. Now, don't say that. As long as we're alive, we have a chance of getting out of here.
We have a chance of nothing.
Yes, we do, Sarah. We've been gone too long. Someone is going to know that we're missing. Someone, your father, somebody is going to find us here soon. We have to believe that.
The 100 was also for keeping my mouth shut. She said if I answered any of Mr. Buchanan's questions, it would spoil everything.
You did your job. You didn't answer any of his questions. Now I'm asking you.
When you put it that way, what do you want to know?
Everything about the lady at Stonecrest.
She's getting to be a pretty good customer. I deliver for a Chinese place. She orders a couple of times a day.
You've delivered to her there before?
Yeah. I don't know how a woman could live alone in that place. Rich people can be real weird.
What's this lady look like?
She's tall, mid-30s maybe, but I'm real bad about ages. She's got red hair, wears it kind of frizzy.
This is not Sarah. Bo's walking into a trap.
Thanks, pal. You called it, Oscar. Rich people are really weird.
This is our most successful suite. Isn't it fantastic?
It's a fantasy, all right.
In the responses to our questionnaires, we've learned that the couples who share this suite are happiest and stay together the longest.
Oh.
I'm proud to say we don't have a single divorce yet to mar a perfect record.
Now, what do you suppose the reason for that is? The heart-shaped fireplace, or the round bed, or the mirrors?
Well, it's the whole package. Satin sheets, of course. A special stand for the champagne bucket, which we keep filled around the clock. There's a spa on the patio for warm evenings. And in colder weather, there's the fireplace, of course. And a very well-appointed bathroom, which contains a heart-shaped tub. We'll get to that later.
A dream come true.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really, it is. It is. I really appreciate you showing us around. Can we please get out of here?
Oh, come on. If you just relax, we'll have some fun.
Oh, Auntie, I'm starving. Plus, I hear they have free shrimp at the salad bar, all you can eat.
If you really investigated this suite, you'd see why couples book it months in advance.
Oh, thank you for telling me that. I appreciate it. And I'm sure everything you say is true.
Oh, yes, and one of the most popular things here is the stereo and the television. You have available hundreds of films at no extra fee and a collection of the finest music ever recorded. Take a look at this and see the wide range you have.
It looks wonderful.
Why don't you turn on the stereo and see how it sounds?
Some romantic music would be nice. Come on. Melinda. Auntie. Hey! Auntie! Come on, this is not funny. Open this door. Come on, Auntie. All right, the joke is over.
Let's throw the racket out here.
Rob.
What are you doing here?
I never should have written that note to Bo.
Oh, Sarah, you did what you had to in order to save my life.
You know, sometimes I wish I was more like Megan. I know she would have thought of some way to let Bo know that that note had been written under extreme duress.
No, Sarah. Look, Ursula dictated the note word for word so there would be no room for a warning.
Well, if I could have changed my handwriting, I mean something.
Darling, you followed instructions in order to save my life.
Maybe Bo is going to think it's strange that I didn't just call, that I sent him a note.
think, given what happened to him here, he's going to be somewhat on guard when he arrives here. And I also think that if there's anyone in the world who can deal with Ursula, it's probably Bo.
Sarah! Sarah?
Welcome to Stonecrest, Mr. Buchanan.
Ursula Blackwell.
Sarah kept insisting how you were only just friends, but you've come so promptly, it's obvious that she means much more to you.
Is Sarah here?
Sarah's not important now. After a long, dark journey into despair, my life is finally turning around. My dreams are finally starting to come true.
Ursula, put the gun down, all right? You don't want to kill me.
Did Patrick beg you for his life, Bo? Did he ask to be spared before you killed him? I doubt it. Because Patrick was a man of great courage and dignity, not some little coward like you. Well, go ahead. Beg for mercy. It'll only add to the pleasure I have in avenging Patrick's death.